All right. Let's see if I am actually hooked in. Hold on. Pause this for a second. Welcome to Divorce Diaries Show podcast. My name is Michelle Trina, and I'm the creator of Divorce Diaries Show. So I'm in my bedroom right now because I am just chilling out. My daughter is with her dad this weekend, and she'll be home in a few hours. And I'm excited because I'm doing the new video. I'm doing video this time as well, and I wanted to share what has gone on in the last week. I just heated up my coffee and I left it sit so long that I need to heat it up again. I hate that. So I talked about on the last episode, I talked about wasted effort and closure and how, a year ago I met this guy. A little over a year and a half ago, I met this guy who had a podcast. He found me on social media, and he had or has, I don't know anymore, a social divorce podcast. I did the interview. We became friends via distance, right? Because he lives in California and I live in New Jersey. And then when we were connecting, I could clearly feel it. And I was like, I said something about it, and then he like didn't really acknowledge it fully. He was like, yeah, I just, you live far away. And then throughout the months that followed, it was always this back and forth. Well, I just want to be your friend. And I was like, but there's something else here. You're calling me. We're talking on the phone for hours, blah, blah, blah. So I settled on just staying this guy's friend. But in the back of my head, I knew there was something there between the two of us. Chemistry, right? I went out to LA for work. We had a romance, and, that got me feeling like things were like what I had thought. Like in person, we were like on point. And then I got home and it all fell apart because he just was like, I don't feel the same way. And I just want to be your friend with benefits. And I felt like it was a big smack in my face because regardless of what we said prior, I'm going to be very honest. Like, regardless of what a man says to you prior to you opening your legs, doesn't matter once you have now been inserted inside me. Like, come on. You always wanted to be my friend. Okay, that's fine. So I was mad. And he never really took accountability that he hurt me. Does he have to? No. Men don't have to. Women don't have to. But would it have been a nice thing for this guy to say, look, I'm sorry I hurt you. You are an actual friend of mine, and I didn't want to hurt you. Like, his whole podcast was about helping people heal. And you became my friend. You knew that I had feelings. We both engaged knowing that we both wanted different things. And you didn't acknowledge that you hurt me. And then the months that followed, like, I spiraled. I just don't know if I should have even said anything. I feel like I went from like texting him, like, why did you, he unfollowed my show at one point. And then I asked him and he refused to answer, and he did answer eventually. And he answered me very nasty. Like, I don't follow your show anymore. I don't want to look at it. So I unfollowed. Part of me was just like, why? Like, why would you unfollow? All of a sudden you unfollow my show where I thought we were supposed to be lifelong friends. The whole thing sucked. And my point is that I am still so frustrated about it because I felt like this jerk off used me after I opened up and trusted again after a long period of time of not opening up and trusting men, because the relationship I was in prior was with a fucking guy who was still married, and just a stupid ass horrible situation I got myself into, and it wasted a lot of time. And, I finally felt like, oh my God, I can actually, the trust was there. And then I just got fucking thrown in my face like, bitch, no. So I texted him last week asking to meet to talk briefly. When I was I was supposed to be in LA next month, but actually, ironically enough, I don't think I'm going to be going now. I think I'm postponing the trip till I find the postponement of the trip is not definite yet, but it most likely is being postponed because the deal I have in the space is not going to work unless I book other clubs in California. It'll make it financially worth the trip out there. Airfare is extremely expensive, and this place doesn't cover my airfare, so I have to, I have to make sure that that I'm not losing money on these work trips. I'm making money and or breaking even as I'm building my brand. So with that said, I'm most likely not going out to LA. But last week I was still planning on going, and I had said, let's meet for coffee. I didn't even say it like that. I was like, can we just meet for coffee or sit on a bench, talk for a few minutes? I just need to talk. I need to say something to you. Prior to this, I have went on a roller coaster of sending back his donation because I heard from my medium that he told a former producer who was sort of working on the project of Divorce Diaries, the TV series. My medium said that he said something to that producer, and that's why the producer kind of ghosted me. So I sent the donation back to him and said how I felt. And I still feel that way. I still feel like, he had to have said something, but whatever. I don't want to work with anybody that genuinely doesn't know who I am. Plus, my brand is about being emotionally attached to these unavailable men. So the irony of this guy stopping to talk to me is ridiculous, but whatever. In my mind, it's ridiculous. Well, so I sent him a message. Can we talk? Because I think the reason why everyone's like, why do you want to talk to this guy still? He's not worth it. He's not worth it. He isn't worth it. I am stupidly looking for an apology. I'm looking for accountability and apology, and I know I'm never going to get it. And I'm frustrated, and I feel shitty about myself because I allowed this guy in. And he responded. He responded to me yesterday because stupid me messaged him again and said, why can't you answer me? I said, I don't want anything but 3 minutes of your time. Clearly, this is not the recommended thing to do over months of someone ignoring you. I don't know why you have such hatred towards me that you cannot even answer. That was at 1 a.m. on Friday. And then he texted me back yesterday at 6 o'clock, an hour before my show. This. Michelle, spelled fucking wrong with 2 L's, that little fucking prick. Michelle, I respectfully decline meeting up. I have nothing against you or our past friendship. I am in a relationship and wish to maintain my distance. Before I continue to read, obviously my stomach dropped. I don't like this guy anymore in that way, but I'm single still. And I hurt over how this guy treated me. And to hear that makes me hurt even more because it's just a fucking smack in my face. You're a loser. Nobody wants to be with you. That's how it makes me feel. Regardless of what his intention in saying that was, which was probably like, bitch, leave me alone. I'm with somebody. It hurt. I am in a relationship and wish to maintain my distance. I wish you well. Fuck you with your wishes of well, and hope that you can accept my request. So my response back was my name spelled correctly with an asterisk. So yes, I spell checked him. And then I wrote, okay, that was it. Why would I even want to meet this guy? Even personally, to be honest with you, I don't know what I would say to him, because I think what I would say to him in person is incorrect. Sorry. I do know what I'd say to him. I'd say, why did you do that to me? You hurt me. You are a hypocrite, and you made me feel so less than. And I'm sure his response would be like, I didn't do anything. And this is why this guy, one of my followers told me, he listens to all my podcast episodes, Malik, shout out to Malik, told me that even if this guy had moved on, if he had done the work on himself, he would have just taken accountability for how he hurt me, even in the short time that we knew each other. I hurt you by making you feel something different. I hurt you because you wanted more and I didn't, and you feel used. I'm sorry. He could have said those things. He never did, because I believe this guy's narcissistic after now seeing everything. And I was still open to just having a conversation politely and saying like, why did you do that, man? You really hurt me. And you acted as if you were my friend the whole time. This hypocritical bullshit of men that come spreading love to women with their words and then do shit like this, right? Like, and they don't do it to every woman they encounter, but they do it to one or two women that they then block or ignore. And it's like, oh, well, I didn't do anything. It's just fucked up. And I feel crazy for I feel because I keep repeating all this stuff that I feel a little crazy, but I'm stuck on it. I know I'm not crazy because I know I'm not alone in feeling like, wait, this guy just did that and now he's walking away and nobody sees it because he does it in a way where he feels like his ass is covered. I always said I wanted to be your friend. Bitch. The last 7 years after divorce, I have fell for a few guys that were unavailable emotionally, physically, whatever. And I don't know why I don't know why that happens. I really don't. People are like, it's because you don't want a relationship, actually. Okay, maybe, but I want what I felt in moments with him last year. I want what I felt with the cop 6 years ago. I had moments with him that I wanted more of. I want the moments I had with even the coach that felt real consistently. And I felt it with them because we had a connection. And I just want that connection to be honest and authentic and not from men who are unstable or think I'm too much, because I don't know. I just want you to focus on the same efforts I put in. Anyway, I'll probably do another episode about this because I know my thoughts are all over the place about it. Um, I think obviously he knew that would hurt me to read, he's in a relationship. And at the same time, I was like getting all mad. I'm like, why the fuck do I care if you're in a relationship? It has nothing to do with what I need to say to you. I don't want to be your friend. I don't want to be anything remotely close to an acquaintance of yours. I want to tell you what you did was wrong. It was wrong and shitty, and you are a hypocrite. And his response would be like, I don't care, you're wrong. Probably. Or his response is this: he just wants to maintain distance. I'm so mad at myself for just sharing myself with another shitty dude. I would say like I don't regret it because it was a nice time I had with this guy like last year, but I kind of regret it. I don't know. I don't want to say regret it. I don't regret it. I don't regret it. It gave me material. It gave me another piece to my story. Um, there's a part of me that wholeheartedly wants this guy to apologize and understand how badly he made me feel about myself. His actions made me feel about myself. And Malik, one of my followers who gave me another piece of good advice, said, why would you want to, you have a high energy vibration, why would you want to get close to that low vibration? Yes, those have also been the men that I've been intimate with that I feel for. There's been three men, the cop, the coach, and maybe this producer guy. But I think the producer guy I'm still hung up on, not because I want to be with him, but because I feel taken. When you feel you got taken, like, oh, I just fucking got taken for a scam. That is what I feel. And it pisses me off, man. I feel like I'm on hold with customer service and I can't get through to get my fucking money back. That is how I feel after this stupid romance with that producer last year, who is such a fucking hypocrite and spread such a bullshit in the divorced community about him being a vulnerable, brave, bullshit asshole. He looks like a fucking jelly donut. That has nothing to do with anything except the fact that I'm now throwing insults at him. I don't know. Jelly donuts are good. I like jelly donuts, but I don't know why I think he looks like one, but he does. It looks like a jelly donut, okay? So with that said, Most of the time we're mad because we just want men to take accountability. But you say that word to some men and they stop listening after the first syllable. Account, and they get distracted and start counting in their head. They will do anything in their power to push off their actions on anything else and turn it around on you. This guy and I were friends, and he used to say, he used to do he instead of lump bombing, he like friend bombed. We're going to be lifelong friends. Oh yeah, don't go. The second we slept together and he saw that I couldn't, like, that's not what I wanted, friends with benefits, which I had stated prior, but he was backing up so fast, like a turtle hiding from a fucking large sharp sound. That motherfucker hid in his shell. He's like, well, if we can ever be friends, like I did something wrong in the situation. He said to me the most stupid things, that I lost the opportunity to work with him after he made me think we were going to work together. Literally, he asked me to write 137 bullet points. I did that. And then when I was in LA, we did all these little work sessions. And then after, when I was upset about the whole friends with benefits thing, he's like, oh, we are in no place to work together. I was like, what? You just caused all of this. Like, I don't know. I guess I just wish somebody outside of me would make him see that he really fucked up in how he treated me. Or even just show him he slightly fucked up in how he treated me. But that won't happen. You know, I thought about sending a link to this episode to him, but he won't listen. And also, he'll just be like, I just told you I'm in a relationship and I want to maintain distance. This hurts. It all hurts. Like, why am I know I'm good enough, but why have I not met somebody who I feel the same way back for, that doesn't run away like a fucking squirrel from I don't know I don't know what I'm saying here. A squirrel running up the fucking tree, you know? And I slept with an ex a couple weeks ago because I wanted to get out of this headspace. And I also was going through like anxiety about this bump under my arm, which ended up being a vein and all shit. And like, it was nice, but I started having feelings again for him and like what happened 6 years ago. And it didn't strike up good memories. I mean, some of them were good memories, but others were like depressive. Like, you know, the cop, like, he had his baby mama who cheated on him while she was 8 months pregnant. She cheated on him and moved in with another guy. And he broke up with her because then he found out. How does that happen? And I am a loyal, pretty, funny, intelligent woman that when I feel for men, the men that I feel for, they just don't feel back for me. And I have had guys who show interest. It's not that I don't. It's just I am not interested in them. And then people are like, "Oh, you like the bad boys." No, I don't. I don't want a bad boy. I don't want a guy that cheats. I don't want a guy, that's an asshole. I don't want that. I'm just tired of it. I'm sure a lot of us are. But getting back to this guy, the producer, that is what happened. He did answer. I feel like dirt right now. And I have to just pick up my fucking bootstraps and create from it. And I want to say I feel like dirt because, again, I feel like I was taken. A scam artist, a little fuckface, jerk off prick. I'm sure if I run into anyone in the industry that is a mutual colleague, he's going to fucking talk negatively or say something that implies something negative about me. Because I don't see him being a person that would take. I see him as not a good person anymore. I used to think he had at least a decent heart. I don't. The only thing that was decent enough to make me scratch my head and think maybe he does have a conscience is that he did not cash my check that I sent back to him from his donation to my pilot. That made me a little confused because I thought he would have. At the end of the day, I just wanted an apology. I wanted a sincere, you know what, I fucked up, Michelle. I am really sorry. I'm hurt. I'm hurt because I trusted him and I felt used. And he sat there and said to me on one of my Instagram lives, "Are you going to still date jerks?" I just fucked you, you asshole. And now you're asking me that on my Instagram live. He did that 2 days after I left LA. And it was so disgusting because it was on like my live and like he was like gaslighting me. And you can't even see it on my live anymore. For some reason it's frozen. But anyway, um, stay tuned for more about this. I am going to be performing in Richmond, Virginia on July 28th. Go get your tickets. It's going to be a hot time. It's going to be funny. It's going to have a little bit of dance in the show, adding some special surprises to this event. Also, if you are out on Long Island, July 26th, the Divorce Diaries TV pilot will be screening at the Long Island International Film Expo. I cannot wait, and we'll see how this turns out on the video for Spotify's video now. So I'm excited. Stay tuned for more Divorce Diaries show. I'm Michelle Trina. Keep living your happily divorced after. I definitely have to go heat up my coffee. Bye, guys. Stay tuned for more.